serikali pamoja na funding ekurwa se Higher Education Loans Board. Elinde banyara kora bagokora chikosi cyabo asogorora na gutabukia kwira libageri asengencho yo kwaligania abasaya baito pamoja na abayiboli bareta abana babo banyako bakonyora kiskill ekira abakonye isikalia nwali intake intogendrete karibu
intake ya January nigo egendrete ayirira nigo bagutuka asensemo ya nyaribari masaba liatirimba asamange bakire 0757331085 igose batalire ase e website www.riatirimba.tvc.ac.ke Riatirimba Technical and Vocational College, scaling heights of technology.
Subscribe ase channel ya Getembe TV rero ili wimanyibu na mangana watika kira chingake ase channel ya YouTube ya Getembe TV nigo toko kora live streaming ya mangana maya chi video ne bipindi bya Getembe ao ngakiende yonse inyoranga ngwetera ase official channel ya Getembe TV. Subscribe, comment ase chi video cheto boigo share na basani amone amate ejo baigokie baimanye na wesemia tubase kweba turn on a notification bell yani ekengere ejo onyaliko bagoko yanyora chingaki abikiri ase omtandao Getembe Television Network ekenakyo Ekeonga kiamamogusie.
Mwanchumurigereria nigo charagire Chinsa Ikomi chiabona maragoba chitarikinye mutinyo kabero mwako yo igangwe chibibere 25 nemo na kuriganirie unabereka watekana gutukira semese yetu ya mangana majia ria nenkuru kwa Dipon na Asanya sensemo yemenyere nigo tukubwaterana na Vanessa Nyaboke kurinde gukwinyuria nigo mbegete ebikoroto bya Matilda Obaigwa asogo ko yaletera emaragoba yabono Gochaka kurase county ya Nyamira, county ya Nyamira kurabona mugavana Amos Nyaribo nigo yatuarire chinkwana na boigo barache kubwaterana na Kenya Planters Cooperative Union goze KPCU eyo ego chikwana na maigelyo gochia sabarimi anene bekemeri gie kawa ngana batebirenga nigo barache gokwanira amangana yo burimi eri gokinia okwama ose okwibura kweka wa chinsemecho asatebire ngani ngo abarimi barachikwenyorera amaigelio abosa batari gwakanira kende elio bunenchira yamo yo gokinia ekerengo ky'oburimi kurase county yo ya Nyamira.
Abantu bamindorero otwacha KPCU asobona na Kenya Planters Cooperative Union elieko konya mangana yekawa tuanjiranire tusaine moyo na barabo nabo banjiranire to support farmers baito go train na ko seedlings igogo jimotwe the team up na KPCU go train farmers baito ikiagere kawa sabono tigoria yedire gesara ejinejwe sinyinge ikiaji kawa se kilo negende kega abakonyora tise ko ye promote na bakonyora utakabore gati yeito bwakianise.
Thank you. My name is Timothy Miruge, the managing director of New Kenya Planters Cooperative Union. To the coffee farmers, as well as we are going to identify the youth, 2 by every ward, who are going to be trained by some of the best institutions in coffee, like Coffee Research Institute, to become the very best extension ward champions. The other bit we have also discussed and agreed is on seedling propagation. We have agreed that Nyamira County is going to identify suitable land, and also youth and women that are going to undertake the growing of or propagation of seeds and seedlings, which will also benefit Nyamira County, because these seedlings will be sold or will be given to farmers in Nyamira County as well. We're also going to have trainings centered around good agronomy practices led by our field officers or field extension officers, and also the county extension officers, to ensure that the people who have grown the crop, we move from an average production of 1 kilo, and we move all the way to, our target is 10 kilos.
Tuanjira nenaende uchakena next week na tokorwa gata ochora youths babere, female and male, korukire ward igabana 14 to bachora a week yo jabande training. The training here about 2 weeks. Batari waka na Kenyans bagosomewa baragiriwa and then by which
baria bakorigia ebirogo bya gesiasa gwetera ekiama kia UDA kurwa Chinsemo ao imeyense ya Kenya litukura lero nigo bomerana no murai wense Dr. William Ruto asemaga chamanene a State House. Umuske William Ruto nigo abakwanira asa agokera egetambukiro kyabo anene abo bonsi besokire asokoro kyokugania kwabo kubwatana ne kyamekyo asokuranire birogo bya gesiasa. Kukwana na barabo chinga kyecho nigo arolekana komo togia omokonyo ye Kithure Kindiki asemereme miyaga ndete gukorana boigo kumubwate cia kwaye asugusuguma ji agenda chiria cyo gwikirania amaganio y'abananchi na boigemero bilio abetega kuria chira chinga kiche campaign.
Harambe Harambe UDA UDA. Ukiona viongozi 10,000 wanatafuta nafasi ya kuongoza kwa viti ambayo ikipatikana ni 1,450, we have more than 8 aspirants per seat of MCA, ni kumaanisha ya kwamba nyinyi mnatambua ya kwamba pale grassroots wananchi wanasema chama ni UDA. Mimi nimefurahi sana kwamba leo niko na msaidizi, principal assistant, ambaye anaelewa kazi yake. Si ndio? Mimi niwaulize kama ilikuwa ule jamaa mwingine niwaulize angekuwa na akili ya kuelewa mambo vile huyu jamaa anaelewa? Profesa Kindiki ni fire, si fire bwana. Sasa mnajua kazi yangu imekuwa rahisi kwa sababu leo niko na msaidizi ambaye anaelewa mambo ya serikali, anaelewa barabara, anaelewa stima, anaelewa universal health coverage, anaelewa elimu, anaelewa mpaka hata maneno ya savings, anaelewa mambo ya serikali. Kindiki ni fire.
Chingaki chicho boigo omokonyi bo murai wense omoske Kithure Kindiki nigate birebuna ke ganchakia NSSF imeyense ya Kenya nigo kinire korwa ase serikali ya Kenya kwanza kulingana nere nigate birenga asemia kemekere busyo ense ya Kenya nigira chie we atanana nogo kobesa chibesa nene asate birenga nigo bagendete kubika imirobilio yokobeka chibesa gose kugacha chibesa cyaba Kenya echo kiranyare ko bachiko bakonya soko imuke uchumi nabo gwikirania amagendero Chinsemo ao korwaiga asense ya Kenya.
When UDA government took power, the amount of money we had saved at NSSF was 320 billion shillings for 62 years. 320 billion shillings, 62 years. The last 2 years alone, NSSF now, the savings we have saved as Kenyans, because this is our money, has risen from 320 billion. We have doubled it. We have surpassed the double mark. We have raised an extra 350 billion. Today, NSSF is sitting on reserves of pension of 690 billion shillings. That figure is going to help us because we will reach 1 trillion in the next few months. That is the money that government will borrow to do high return infrastructure or infrastructure projects with high returns, so that we stop borrowing money from overseas. We must redeem our country from the indignity and the embarrassment of having to borrow money around, because the money we get from World Bank, the money we get from overseas partners, it is money that has been saved by citizens of other countries. That is the money they loan the World Bank. The World Bank loans us that money. We will borrow our own money and remove Kenya from the shame of relying on foreign money.
Ekegambero ekenene imeyense ya Kenya nigo bano baligetie kolika abana chibina emerongevere yego keya obolito bole asebigambero ao egati yabalia bakoligia amabaga yo nigo bagenderete ko unenkiwa nekiombe kelegia Judicial Service Commission.
What does Chapter 6 of the Constitution demand of a judge beyond absence of corruption? Yes. And how will you also, or tell us also how you will apply the principles of Article 232 in your work as a High Court judge?
Very well, thank you, Commissioner. Basically, I would, the said articles require that a judge is impartial when hearing matters, so that there's transparency, there's impartiality. The said article also requires that there's integrity, so that when I'm hearing matters, I will do so without any fear, without any favorism, without any prejudice. I'll do so objectively. The said articles also require that there's accountability, so that if I'm hearing matters, I need to also be able to give reasons for the decisions I'm making.
I don't know whether you've read the decision of Methodist Church versus Fugicha from the Supreme Court that also handled an issue about faith, about Islamic faith. Perhaps if you can tell us what was the decision in that case by the Supreme Court.
I will invoke Article 32 of the Constitution to do with the freedom of religion. The wearing of the hijab is a practice and observance of one's faith. The school, as much as being a Christian-based school, is still guided by the Education Act. I believe Section 27 says that they have to respect different religions and denominations. My faith will not affect if it comes to matters to do with the justice. I will always look at Article 27 to do with equality. Of course, as a judge.
Hababwatani au bechisemi gati yabo aborokia ba ECD nigo bano be murunganirie zatebe serikali nigo yeswanirie no murubiriobo OECD nigo batebere ninga aborokia ba ECD nigo babwente konyora amaigeri abo bene kulinda serikali nigo yarurugo chika wokonyora amaigerio naboigo gochikorokia abana bebirasi beskuru yoboroso ngana batebire nigerebuya eserikali koena na sekteyo libaga elibanyale kwerobulia.
We have a membership of 500 colleges training ECD teachers. We have students who were admitted in August. and the circular discontinues them on 19th January. What are we talking about? What do you tell these students?
Primary colleagues are teaching children how to now do mathematics, do English, and do all those subjects, as we are preparing children in terms of self-control, in terms of relationships, in terms of emotional control and focus. That is the science of ECD.
We have made a lot of strides in our education system. Somebody somewhere has come, is cutting it left, right, without consulting.
This is being issued when there are trainers in classroom, ongoing trainers in classroom. What then happens to those that are being trained already? What then happens to those that were employed and they are already working in our system? How will that then affect our payroll and how that move forward?
The nature of circulars in Kenya is that they sometimes operate as law. And that circular is illegal. My suggestion is two things. One, the Senate needs to write to the PS to retract his circular with immediate effect.
Mwancho murigereria roboti uruna rugotoikia omwerio Ekeonga Chinsa Ikomi keroreri tukoria tichi gatatu twabere tugosangamo nahe goika omwerio iri anenkoro kwa Dipon Asanya ase ensemo y'ebimanyiro ngo twabwaterana na Vanessa Nyaboke na boigo Atsan kurwa asense miliende ye studio bakwaterana na matundura nabaganirie chinga kichingororo na boigo burigererio buyangwe gataseni kya Getembe tomera ne ankende munguru karatu anchere.
Esukuru ya Kitutu Masaba Technical and Vocational College igego kwarigania ase intake ya January eyu ebwata chikosi ao bunabono Agricultural and Environment Studies, Mechanical and Automotive Engineering, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning, Welding and Fabrication na wigo ase ensema ya Building and Civil Engineering ngwegeri bale Plumbing, Masonry, Carpentry and Joinery, Building Technology, Civil Engineering na we go Water Engineering ase ensema ya Computing and Informatics ngwegeri bale ICT Operator, ICT Technician, Computer Packages, Cyber Security na we go na Network System Administration ase ensema ya Electrical and Electronic Engineering ngwegeri bale Electrical Installation na we go Electrical Engineering ase ensema ya Cosmetology ngwegeri bale Hairdressing we go mbabwate Fashion Design ase Hospitality and Tourism ngwegeri bale Food Production yani cookery na wigo Food and Beverage Production wigo mbabwate course ya Driving gocha bali bonse baraganye kwegera kugenda Kigali
asa Marieta Ngorogu James Barare Nyakundi e principal ya Kitutu Masaba Technical and Vocational College eye gotoka Alimongoni Kitutu Masaba North Sub County Kitutu Masaba Constituency Nyamira County abana baino bali ba college school ya class 8 was a form 4 batajet universities achate yo babere isiko ekiagera boniga se Kitutu Masaba ndobwate chikose zicheme kono cy'ububundi cyonsi abana ngwakana bari kibese ne serikali wetera the government scholarship mkwaye gubali chiloni cyo basoma wetera help higher education loans board ne kibese cyo mwana nkwaye wale kirichi tutokoroka out of pocket ekyo mwana gotumia kumenye skuru gulendagera na gwakane se nyomba komenya egento kende abana nkwaye gubali chi constituency bursaries and even county government bursaries ekyo applications chirororo n'ababunge bunabono mu bungo Kitutu Masaba constituency bwana honorable Clive Gisairo we are committed sana aso go support abana bagocha Kitutu Masaba
egende Tanganyika tebiri nga mwana ondo gwense goja kitutu masaba goikagwe basari in full inda abana baito January intake negendereta abana bali bakoswe school January mwakaribishirwe togendereta na intake na applications inchigendereta
asamange nabo okubatalira ase school yiga kose obakirisi migwetera sinamba cyabo 0743480999 kose 0782490068. Ne